a lot younger, I wasn't really much of a social kind of person. Like now, if I had to choose between going out, drinking or going out with playing like bowling or something like that and playing video games, I'd go for the bowling. But back then, I'd be like, screw my friends. So she'd always encourage me, why don't you go play with Scott, or why don't you go play with Kevin? They're gonna stop calling. So eventually, I started playing with them a bit more. So yeah. Maybe she just stopped nagging me lately because I've changed, or maybe she just gave up. I don't know.
Addiction? Having a problem not engaging in that activity. I wouldn't exactly classify myself as addiction under that sense, because I can go and take a trip to Calgary for a week and visit my nephews and my brother and so on, and hang out with them. They don't have a computer. I think last time I was in Calgary, I spent about 10 days there. I didn't play a single computer game, and I had no problem with that. I didn't even watch any TV. They don't have cable.
My definition, then I don't think so. I wouldn't not go out and go to my job, or not go out with my friends, or not hang out with my girlfriend if I was playing games. It's like, oh, you want to do something? Then I turn it off. Right?
I go and talk to Joel one night, and I tell him, hey man, you gotta come over and we gotta play some multiplayer games. I got 2 computers working now, it'll be great. And so Joel's, okay, well, what do we play? So I suggest Midtown Madness. He said, oh yeah, that sounds okay. And then I tell him about StarCraft. And he's, okay, well, what's that about? It's a real-time strategy, and the only real-time strategy he ever played was maybe 1 or 2 games of Age of Empires. And so I'm telling him about the different teams, the Terrans and the Zerg and the Protoss, and I only talked to him for about 3 minutes, and I left. The very next night, he phones me up and asks me if I have 45 minutes for a game of StarCraft, and I tell him sure. So 4 hours later, he leaves after 3 games of StarCraft, in which I beat him mercilessly. And he just kept coming back for more. That happened 3 days a week for the next month. He's phoning me up. Got 45 minutes for a game of StarCraft? 45 minutes? Sure. And we'd be up until 1 or 2 in the morning playing StarCraft. But, yeah. Addicted before he even played.
Usually I play when she's asleep, or when she's busy doing work. And usually, if I do have work to do, I'll do it before I do games. So, if I'm not hanging around with her and I'm not doing homework, then I am usually playing games, or I'm writing, or I'm doing something. So.
I watched the evening news once. Sat around, I did a lot of reading. But yeah, if I'm, for whatever reason, away from my computer, I don't miss it.
Out of the exit. I died. It did. Ooh. I do something else I could do.
The Sims. I have no idea why The Sims is so engaging. I wouldn't exactly classify The Sims as fun. It's just as if Maxis has developed digital crack of some sort. It's just, you sit down and the time just disappears. There aren't really other games that are like that. Although EverQuest.
See, I know people for EverQuest, for example, that would just they install their EverQuest at work, and they'd do it all the time, and it would conflict with their social life, and they'd end up having to choose their girlfriend over the game, and they'd say, well, screw you, woman.
Is playing video games a form of escape for you in any manner?
I wouldn't say so. I don't really have anything to escape from. If I'm not playing games, I'm not really bored. I have plenty of other things to do.
I don't know, maybe escape isn't the right term.
Think about your answer carefully.
Something to keep my mind off things. I just spent several hours doing computer science, I'm really tired, and I want to play games.
Well, if I weren't playing a computer game at the moment, I don't know, I could be trying to figure out how to get my my brand new D-Link router configured with the rest of my network, but I can't do that because it's still on order, and I was studying how to do that yesterday before I ordered it. Or I could be trying to sell my car. Now, if you'll excuse me, the Zerg are about to attack, and, well, that's going to require my full attention.